Hello guys, this is Al from Open Source Channel. Welcome again. Today is going to be a little bit different. As you will see from the title, we're talking about money. It's something I never talked about on my channel. I've been asked many times, and because lately we took the initiative to start and move the channel from open source in general and base it now again on the web design part of it, and mainly use WordPress. So, as I said in this small video, I'm going to talk about money and the cost involved in creating websites, expenses, how much should you charge. Again, this is a topic that is a little bit difficult to decide. Each country is a little bit different. The cost of living changes a lot. So yes, we're going to talk about here, and let's see how it goes. Now, before we even start, I would like to say thanks to Tim, who in the last couple of weeks has replaced me for I had personal issues, and Tim gladly replaced me with some clerical work. So after that, anyway, let's start. This is the channel. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Don't forget, I got well over 200 videos at the moment that you can actually browse and learn from small tutorials that I have made. Now, how much should you charge for websites? Well, this depends, as I said, depends where you are in the world. Someone in United Kingdom will charge a little bit more, for example, in places like India, Bangladesh, for example, some part of Europe. Even though if you're in Portugal, perhaps you charge a little bit less than United Kingdom. United States, again, that changes. The first thing I usually recommend is to understand the cost of living of where you are. For example, that's where I live. I live in the United Kingdom, and if I go and Google it, cost of living in United Kingdom, as you can see here, I get some data from 2020 that you need to make at least £2,249 per month for a single person and £3,803 per month for a family of four. Again, if you want to talk about one person, we can talk about 2,200 or 2,500. That's up to you. But don't forget, you need to put a lot of expenses on this. Now, as a web designer, you need to understand you got expenses like web hosting, internet. If you got, for example, freelancer working for you, you got to pay them as well. A good place to start, for example, taking into account this information here, is from another YouTuber that I always follow, is Ron Segal. He got a YouTube channel, Flux with Ron Segal. Go and check him out. He's a great designer, and usually lately speaks a lot about Webflow and the actual business about the design industry. So yeah, you want to go and check him out. He had a long time ago at the New School. He used to run with other people in Israel, I believe, and in one of these pages, and I'm going to leave the link below anyway, it's thenewschool.com, and if you go to the home page, you find some of the tools. And as you can see here, we got the logo pricer and the how much should I charge, and this is exactly what we're going to look here now. So I'm going to say let's go, and I'll say we're going to do just web design. That's what we're going to talk about now, and I'm going to say next. And again, who is the client? This is very important. Are you going to price for a single person who's running a one-man band business, or you're going to go for a bigger firm, say for example a medium business or a large corporation? Again, if you're starting, perhaps you might have just private clients or small businesses. And again, if you're on your own and this is what you're starting to do, perhaps you want to keep yourself small. So I'm going to say a private client. Most of you starting, that's what you will do small jobs. So I'm going to go next. And again, now, what is your hourly rate? Now, I'm going to put it as a pound here because, as I said to you guys, I'm in United Kingdom. Now, if I go to take this into account, and I look at this calculator here, and I'm going to put 2249, and I'm going to divide it for the amount of hours I work usually per month. So I usually work with 37 hours let's do this, for example, 37 hours per week. So if I do 4 weeks, even though you know better than I do, sometimes it's a little bit more, a little bit less. You can do 5 if you want to do, that's up to you. Just for an instance, I'm going to do 4, right? So we got here 148. All right, so 2249, I'm going to do divide 4, 562, divide 37 hours, and what I get is, let's make it bigger, £15 and 19. So let's say £16 just for the sake of it, okay? Now, how many hours do you submit for the work? It depends what kind of work we're doing. Now, say for example, someone comes to you and says, hey, look, I want a, and again, this is a Template Monster. You can use any other company. I'm only using this. I do support Template Monster, as you know, and I do support Monster One as well. Same company anyway. So let's say someone comes here and they said, we got a small cleaning company. What can you do for us? So if you don't want to really spend a lot of time and your business, your customer's business isn't really that big and their budget is very low, you might want to go with a template. So let's go and search for a template, for example. Now, I'm not going to spend a lot of time in finding the actual template. I'm sure you can actually go and browse for all the templates you need. But usually you find from 52, 59, 95 for the Monstroid 2, for example. You want to go with them, that's up to you. You choose the, for example, the templates. Let's go to a demo here. I'm sure they got something about cleaning. But you understand where I'm going here, all right? You find the actual, the correct template for your customer. Every time you want to search for something, you never do find it. But again, this is part of life here. Let's go back. But you get the drift. So let's say you like that one here. It can be even construction, $52. It doesn't really matter, to be honest with you. Here we go. We go here, $49. Here we go. Now, we got the actual price. Now, don't forget you need a hosting as well. So how would you do that? You can go and search for a cheap hosting unless you already work in partnership with the company. Again, I do support, for example, Cloudways. They are really good. They are very fast. And if I go here and I go launch, for example, and I'm going to WordPress, and we go just for a normal WordPress. It doesn't really matter. I'm going to say test. Stage 1, DigitalOcean, and we go for a 2 gig, and it doesn't matter where it is. Now, as you can see, it is $22 per month. Now, you can change the currencies if you want. I'm not sure if they do here the currency, but again, you can change, or you can actually go to Z, for example. That's a company I use, website that I can actually do currency changes. And again, if you're in euros or GBP, is up to you. And you know exactly how much to charge, say 16 quid, okay? So let's go back where we are. So we got the price here, 49. We know it's $22, or again, 16 more or less per month. So let's go back here. And how many hours do you think you're going to estimate? Now, if you're working, for example, with Template Monster, all you got to do once you actually install it, it's very simple to install it anyway. There are some some of my tutorials that I show how to install templates, and what you got to do is you need to understand how long it's going to take you to put all your customers' information into the WordPress. So change the title, change the logo, so on and so forth. Again, don't forget, on Template Monster, Monster One, you can find also ready-made logos if you need to. Okay. But let's say it's gonna take you about 37 hours, say 1 week of work, okay? I'm gonna say next. Is the project interesting to you? That's very important. Are you really struggling for that job? It's boring, it's a dream project. But again, that's up to you. I'll say it's an awesome project here, and I'll say next. Again, the boring is going to cost more, I think, on this one here. But again, you can play with all four, so you can have an idea how much differences it is. We go to next. After project, I will hate myself a little. Nothing change. I'll say next, and you should charge 1,066. Okay, this is how this is basic. So this is the basics, the way I do it. Okay, this is how I actually will do it. So I'll say 1,066. Now, it's important to understand that we got $22 we said for Cloudways, and we got to charge this. Don't forget. So let's go back here, and let's say we want 16 times 12. We want to charge them in advance, of course. Never make that mistake that you don't charge in advance. You want to do that. So that's basic charge, and we get 192. Again, you can be specific, or you can go 200 if you want to. Nobody's going to stop you to make the actual price up or round it, whatever you want to do. Okay. Now again, when you go and search for a cheap hosting, you do find some company. Again, I don't support most of them. I don't have any affiliate link, for example, on HostGator. But if you want to go, for example, to a business plan, it's $598. As you can see, it's a lot less. They're pretty good, I mean, I heard many reviews about them. They're mixed reviews. I mean, I don't know them, so I can't really comment about them. But even if you go on this one, it's about $6. You can see already the difference between the $22 that Cloudways is charging, okay, $22 per month, and you can see the HostGator. Again, don't forget, with HostGator, I do believe you get free domain name as well. So again, it's very simple to manage as well. Anyway, again, you might have a reseller account with another company. For example, if you do resell hosting for other company, again, it could be United Kingdom. I'm going to look, for example, United Kingdom. Doesn't really matter, again, wherever you are from. You can actually work out the monthly payment here. And again, it's up to you how you charge. But this is how easy it is to come up with the actual price. So anyway, we got the hosting. Now let's have a look, for example, how much it's going to cost us a domain name. .com, $9.99. Say, for example, I charge £10 for the domain name, just for the sake of it, okay? Again, you can charge anything. You can give it for free. Now, do you use applications? Now, do you use Adobe applications? If you do, all right. Now, there is a cost on this. Now, what kind of application do you use? Do you use, for example, Photoshop? Do you use Illustrator? Do you use, for example, let's have a look at all the plans and everything, so you know exactly what we're talking about here. Now, you get all the apps for a price. If you're an individual, for example, £40 a month, okay, inclusive of VAT in United Kingdom. You got InDesign, Illustrator, you got Sparks, Adobe XD. If you do a little bit of I use Figma, for example, but you can use Adobe XD, again, you got, for example, if you want to make 3D images, use Dimension, for example. You need photographs, you got access to Adobe Stock, although it's limited, so make sure you know about that. And again, Photoshop is about £20 inclusive VAT. But if you have all apps, I think it's about £40 per month. Now, I think you got to pay this for a year, but again, that's up to you to research and put on. For this particular video, I'm not going to put anything about Adobe, but I'm going to put something down that is called Elementor. Now, I know Elementor, I've been done it before. I've done tutorials, and let's go to the pricing. Lately, as you know, a lot of things are changed with Elementor. It starts from $49 for one website, $99 for 3 websites, $25, $100, $1,000. Again, it depends if you're starting on. You can start with a $49, or you can have, for example, $200 for 1 year. You pay it. You might think you're gonna have a 25 customers in 1 year. It's up to you. In the beginning, personnel will start to charge each client $49 until you start to make money. So in this case, in this scenario, I'm going to charge $49. And again, I do in pounds. So $49 and not £49. It will be about £40.39 or something like that. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to round it. I'm going to say £50 for Elementor. Okay. Now, as you know, WordPress is free. Okay. Now, we said that we're going to charge this now $49. Again, let's charge £50 for the template. Okay. Now, as you can see, the pricing is getting, is getting a shape here. Now, a lot of people doesn't like, a lot of designers don't like to show up how to do that, and how do they charge customers. Me, don't mind really, to be honest with you. That's why I'm doing this video, and that's why I'm showing you this. Since I started doing WordPress, I've been always getting emails, and I don't know why people doesn't leave a comment below, but they do email me. They go to my they do go to my page here. They go to About, and what they do, they view my email and they send me emails. That's all they do. But that's fine. I mean, I don't mind. If I can answer them, that's fine. Not a problem. I have no issue whatsoever. Okay. So we go back. We go here, for example, we got the template, we've got more or less everything we need. Okay, so we got the hosting, we got the domain, we got the premium Elementor, we bought the actual template. Now I don't know if this template is based, perhaps this one is HTML. Actually, it's not even WordPress. All right, so for this one, actually, to be honest with you, I'm going to go with a $95. That will show that, even though is this one here. Let's do another search. Say cleaning rather than cleaning company. See what we come up with, something else. And again, I'm not getting anything on cleaning. I don't know why I got something clean. Let's change the cleaning with the construction. All right. Now I know Monstroid does, and again, you don't have to buy Monstroid. Okay, I'm only doing this because of this tutorial. So we do construction. So go construction here. I'm sure there is one. I'm sure I've seen it. Again, let's start. Moving company. It makes it easy for me. Sorry guys to mess you around. Anyway, so the company you're doing here is a small moving company. And we got this website. They see this, they love it. They say, hey, we want it. How fast you could do it? We said we could do it in 37 hours. So we're going to buy the Monstroid and we're going to change it to £95. So let's go and put 95, even though it's $95. Okay. So we done that. So what is next now? Now, the first thing we're going to do now is you need to understand the most important part of it is the backup. Now, backup is very, very important. Anything can happen to you guys, okay? And I know I don't mean in the wrong way. I mean, even myself, the last 2 weeks, I had really bad. So, anything can happen. So you need to cover yourself. And Master One, Template Master, even if you have a friend, okay, let's say we have a friend here. You got a friend who does more or less the same thing you do. And I say, okay guys, let's say I got this project, just in case something happened to me, I can't do it, I'm unable to do it, whatever. How much would you charge me, for example? Now, for example, here, installation setup is $49, as you can see here, okay? A must have a plugin, $79. Ready to use website premium, for example, $249. You can have an extra 6 months support. It doesn't really matter. I mean, I'm going to put everything to cart here just to see. I'm lazy, you see. I'm lazy and I don't know what. It's $501, okay? Let's say $500 to just call it a day, okay? $500. So minus 100, we got $400. Okay, we got a backup insurance. So now let's have a look how much it's gonna cost this client. And I know it sounds silly here, but trust me, It ain't silly. This is how a large company really do business, and this is how and why they charge a lot of money. So let's go and delete that. We go 1066 for us because this is what we need to charge. Then we go to hosting 192 with cloud hosting. Again, if it's £60 a year, you just remove that and put £60. Okay. Now I'm going back to the charges. Okay, based on your your country. But I'm going back on that one. So it's 192 again plus that, £10 for the domain, £50 for the Elementor, 95 for the template, and 400. So we got 1,813, 1813 total. So as you can see, we already got now a price. But it's very important, all right, to understand, and this is the reason why I said cost of living is based on where you are. If I say cost of living in India, for example, you want to put down, well, I don't have something like that, so I'm going to open a new tab. And again, here you can see you get something around there. So a family of four costs £806. This is the actual pounds. This is the currency of India. I do apologize. I don't remember off the top of my head what it is. I should actually, because last time I saw it's Indian rupee. All right. So where are we? And here you can actually understand. We're working on 807. Now, if I do 807, all right, and I divide 4, and then I divide 37. If you remember, I put 16. Here you got to put £5.45. You can put £6. Come on, guys. Nobody's going to stop you if you want to put 25 or 26 or even £30 or $30 per hour. This is just a guide to let you understand how I come up with the actual pricing. And again, if you are in some part of the world where local companies are not willing to pay the, for example, like I said here, 1,813, you need to understand that you got to go around the cost of living or where you are actually supplying the service to. Okay? So this is how simple that is. Now there is an extra 2 costs that I usually put on here, okay? But this is me. Now, say for example, you need internet connection from home. You need perhaps pay a small rent. Even if you're working from home, you got electricity, you got heating. All this got to be taken under consideration. So the first one I'm going to put down is the expenses. And the second one is the backup. Again, not this backup here, but it's the backup just in case my computer, breaks up. If I only got one computer and it breaks up, what is going to happen? So it's good to understand what is the minimum requirement of your computer to run, to design a website, how much that costs. And I usually divide that 12 times, believe it or not. So say for example, I'm going to use this one here, okay? And I'm going to Amazon. And I say, let's say you want to work on a laptop, okay? Any laptops, it doesn't really matter how much they charge you, doesn't matter. We can go on this one, £400, £200, £600, whatever. I'm going to charge that, what I'm going to do, I'm going to say 450 divide 12, and it's £37.50. So every time I do a project, I'm going to charge, say for example, £40, okay? This is what I charge. This is how we'll do that. No, so this is the expenses. So it's the backup equipment, or just say equipment, for example, all right? And for expenses, I can charge anything you want. Say £150, okay? Now, as you can see, we got a new total, but again, that changes between country to country. So, take that under consideration. So we got 2003, okay? And I will charge, of course, £2,000 rather than 2003. But again, guys, nobody's going to stop here to charge 3,000. And again, here is an extra £400 profit that you got to put on this one here, okay? Just in case, you're right. If you complete the actual project yourself, that's an extra £400. Don't forget. But this will back you up. Again, this £400 is just hypothetical. This is something I done here, for example, on Template Monster. But if you got a friend who could do it for 250, hey, why not? I know people who actually hire people, other people on Fiverr, pay a certain amount of money, and they got a markup. Is happy, whatever they do, is happy to do certain things. If you supply the hosting, you supply everything else, there is no way those people that can actually fool you. So all you pay them to do is to put all the information that you want them to put on the website, and now you do just the little touch. And again, it doesn't matter how much it's going to cost you. You can still go and charge the final client. So this is how simple it is to come up with the actual price. Anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed this small video. Don't forget to like and subscribe. We have reached 5,130, I believe, today. It's really getting hard to get the subscribers up. A lot of people believe I make a lot of money. Let me show you something, guys, alright? This is not correct in any way, shape or form, okay? And I went there lately because I couldn't believe it. Now, this guy says here, I heard of something like £44, £524. Again, you can go to change currency if you want to, doesn't matter really. And it says from £33. No, I don't earn 33. I do earn a little bit more than that, but I am not earning 524. I must admit, there is a small, somewhere I read it, there is a percentage that it can go up and down, but I don't think it's accurate. So, but even if I earn £500, guys, I'm not making a lot of money here, okay? So I do this because I enjoy to make it, and the only way for me to make money is if someone, for example, buys from affiliate and I make some cash on that. Let me show you. Well, I don't have access now to Template Monster. I haven't made any money on Template Monster. I got thousands of links. People click on the links, went on the Template Monster, but nobody has actually bought. Even though, strange enough, I think it was last week, I'm not sure, Tim contacted me. I wasn't quite distressed. I wasn't really interested, to be honest with you. But he told me, someone said, oh, they bought the service on Monster One and they couldn't find. I told him, don't worry about it. We don't do this for money. We do this because we enjoy it and we want to make videos that people enjoy it and they can learn something from it. This is not about money. This is about people learning from my videos. And as long as those people are happy and they watch my videos, and all I ask, to be honest with you, is to like, subscribe if you can, and share my videos as much as you can. That's all I'm asking. So guys, thanks again, and I'll see you next time.